Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tata Communications presents ET Studios Digital Pioneers in association with ETCIO. Today, we're honored to have distinguished speakers who will delve into the transformative impact of technology in the BFSI sector. Joining us are Rinku Das, Regional Head West BFSI at Tata Communications Limited, and Pankaj Pandey, CIO of SBI General Insurance. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They will share their insights on leveraging technology for business growth, cloud adoption, and enhancing customer experience in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. Let's dive into this enriching discussion on digital innovation and strategy. My first question is to you, sir. Now, the BFSI sector, especially leaders in the insurance segment, have always looked at technology as a key driver for accelerated growth, creating impact across the value chain of customers, employees, and partners. Could you perhaps throw some light on how you are leveraging technology to drive business growth through branch modernization and expansion while ensuring to the highest level of security and user experience?
Great. So it is true that the branch modernization part that you are talking about. So I will say that we are trying to make the branch redundant as far as the customers are concerned, as far as our partners are concerned. So if we provide all the services to customers through our portal and digital applications, who wants to come to branch office? Similarly to our partners or agents, we are working on making them self-reliant through digital portal. So a virtual office kind of thing, the office on the portal, whatever they require, that will be available there. They can sell through that. They can serve the customers through that. They can get all the reports from there, and they will get all the information required to do their job. So looking at that, branch, yes, our presence should be there. We have branch across almost around 150 locations, but we don't want customers to come to branch office, or we don't want partners to come to branch office. The service can be fulfilled at their place, at their location, 24/7.
Well, yes, absolutely. Everything is digital now, which is a huge part of branch modernization. I would love to get your perspective on this, Mr. Das.
Thank you. See, branch modernization and branch of the future is a very, very important topic of discussion, right? You would see that government is going to continue to push Digital India, and not only FSI but banks are the fulcrum of such digital India. And if you see the number of digital transactions that our country is doing, by far it is the highest transaction digitally that any country is doing. I'll give you some numbers there. India is doing about 120 crore transactions a month. Let's say a US is doing about 40 crore a year. That's the quantum of volume that we're talking about with respect to the transactions. Coming to the branches, right? A branch of the future or a modern branch, and sir talked about who is going to a branch right now. What typically a branch is for, what does a branch do, is to offer traditional banking services. You and I don't go to a branch today for our traditional services. We would want to go to a branch, however, if we need services which are not getting delivered online, right? And that's where, and from a bank's perspective and a bank's point of view, a branch is a point of customer acquisition. It's a point of upselling. It's a point of cross-selling for their customers, right? So it becomes a very important part of their business to give that experience to that customer. And therefore, when we are looking at the multiple elements that goes into modernizing branch, there would be typically, for example, one of the components could be the skill set, right? You would not have multiple skill sets spread across. Sir talked about 150 branches. You would not have domain expertise sitting across in each branch. So a customer walks in and is talking about a specialized services. You may not have the skill set available at that branch. So can we look at technology? Can we leverage technology to be able to deliver a uniform experience through a video conferencing or through a video call? get those specialists available to that customer for that RM, and deliver or solve those query for the customer. One use case. Second use case, can you better utilize your customer's time in your branch, right? Can you give them Wi-Fi, guest Wi-Fi, or secured Wi-Fi services? If he's waiting, he would want to complete his work, or you want to do some of his work. Can you do that in your branch, right? You would want to monitor employee productivity, for example. Can you and typically what I think, and it will be important for you, sir, into what is the time to serve, for example, in your branch, how much time, a teller is taking, for example, to serve its customer, those kind of, services. So what essentially, it means when we are look as Tata Communications is that it is not a one solution, right? It will comprise of multiple components in delivering the experience, right? You can look at video analytics, right? You can look at fraud management in your branch. You can look at, you can look at delivering multiple services. You can look at sentiment analysis, for example, through video analytics, right? So those kind of services through multiple technologies as delivered as one unit is going to create a branch which is different. Digital kiosk is going to be, again, a very, very key services getting delivered through branch. So all of this as one unit is how a modern branch may look like, how a branch of the future will look like.
Well, as a customer, I have to say you truly feel valued when so much thought goes into your experience. And staying with you, how's Tata Communications powering this growth and expansion for the segment? What are some of the innovations and services that you have introduced that empower insurance organizations to grow while also remaining agile and secure?
So, like I said, I think we are delivering, these services under branch modernization or branch of the future. We are delivering, these services as one unit under one, SLA, so to speak. So, I think for the customer, what means is a customer who delivers a lot of value to the branch and a lot of value to himself when he is kind of visiting your branch. So, we are delivering this across multiple technologies, delivering multiple technology. Digital signage is one of such technologies that, can be leveraged in a branch, per se.
All right, sir, coming back to you, cloud has been a major area of focus and area of investment for organizations, especially such as yourselves. Now, what are your views on the same? How well entrenched is the cloud in SBI General, and what does the roadmap ahead look like?
Yeah, so absolutely. The cloud is the future. It is the present actually, and we can't imagine any IT infrastructure without cloud today. So we have gone for hybrid architecture. So we are having on-premises servers as well as on cloud. Okay. Now on cloud also there are we are having our own tenancy as well as we have gone for SaaS models, because SaaS gives you a lot of flexibility, and you can pay as you use, and the entire maintenance, etc., the service as standard and the upgrades, etc., everything is maintained. So SaaS is one option that can be looked upon by a small, medium, or even large enterprises. For us, we have adopted SaaS based cloud, not only for customers, our customer relationship management, or even for sales. So whatever on digital sales, on SaaS based platform, we are able to serve customer and the performance is up to mark. Just to give you an example, we were one of the partners for IRCTC ticket insurance. And you can just imagine the volume. Okay, so every day 4 to 5 lakh insurance we were doing, and all this was possible because of cloud adoption. Coming back to as far as the team collaboration and communication, that also facilitated in a big way, and we are totally utilizing it. As far as our own cloud tenancy is concerned, we have moved all our digital assets to cloud. It gives us lots of flexibility, agility, and as well as security. The only thing I want to caution about cloud, whoever is planning to go for it, just look for that where is the cost benefit analysis should be very proper, because whether cloud is not cheap.
Absolutely.
Cloud is costly. and if you are not careful, it will burn a hole in your pocket. So you have to be very careful, and we are also going for a very strategic migration. So wherever possible, wherever we require a lot of the performance demand, flexibility, so there we are going for cloud.
That's some very valuable experience that you bring to the table. And when you talk about a strategic adoption of cloud, keeping in mind cost effectiveness, I'm sure viewers will benefit from that advice. Thank you, sir, for that indeed. To you, Mr. Das, how in your experience have your customers benefited from a cloud strategy? Cloud adoption is very complex, especially in the FSI sector with so many regulatory compliances to be adhered to. And how at Tatacom have you simplified this journey for customers? Additionally, what are some of the new age innovations on cloud that you are introducing for customers?
Wonderful. I think two important words I picked up from what Sir said. Right, he talked about high cost, and he talked about being careful. Right, the industry is going to keep increasing the footprint on cloud. Right, with what that would mean that they would have to be conscious and mindful of the adoption of various applications and what kind of workloads they would be kind of looking, and they would want to leverage on cloud offerings, right? Typically, we are also seeing decloudifying, right? I think we have seen in the industry that customers who have moved only cloud model are also looking at decloudifying and going back to more hybrid environment. And Sir did touched upon a scenario where he kind of is moving into a more hybrid kind of infrastructure. That's where we come in, right? We are able to deliver a hybrid environment to our customers. We are able to have multiple through a definitive model, a definitive cost model. He kind of emphasized on how typically, and many customers and many CIOs that we interact is, essentially talks about the bill shocks typically, which is prevalent, in that space. So I think we come in as a partner who would be able to deliver definitive cost models, who would be able to deliver hybrid cloud environments, and within that we have got various model which will add various value to the customers through our microservices such as storage on cloud and so on and so forth, right? So and additionally, I think what makes us unique is we have purpose-built cloud services, right? Typically, if you look at our financial cloud offering, right now, it is designed essentially for BFSI segment. What that in essence means is that it has the ticks of you talked about compliance, right? You talk about regulations, right? It gives a tick to such customers and to the industry, saying that Tata Communication has done the checks and the ticks which is required for a compliance and regulation standpoint. So that's what makes us stand out, right? We are a GCC compliant, which means the government, we are doing a lot of work in the government space and the PSU space as well, apart from the overall BFSI. So I think that is what makes us unique. Plus, being a company which is very strong in network, when network is the bedrock of a lot of things that we do, we are able to deliver high-speed connectivity between the data centers, between the cloud environments. Shuffling, when you are looking at shuffling between multiple clouds, we are able to give that fast connectivity or high-speed connectivity as well. So I think when you look at it as, again, I am emphasizing on the word unit. When you're looking at it as a unit, a hybrid model with a fast high-speed connectivity, modules such as storage options on a definitive cost models, I think that is what value we are delivering to our customers.
It looks like the weather is definitely cloudy with a chance for innovation at Tatacom. So now coming back to you, among all the trends that we have discussed, the most significant driver of strategic change in BFSI organizations is undoubtedly customer experience. Shifting demographics and new age customers' heightened expectations are effectively forcing the digital transformation of the entire customer journey. How do you see this shift unfolding, and what strategies are being explored to capitalize on this?
So absolutely, there is no doubt the customer expectation is increasing day by day. And one thing I would like to say, all this talk about generations, different generations, now gradually the lines are being blurred. Okay, because now internet is in India almost 29 years. and even a smartphone, 18 to 20 years smartphones are here, and people are using it of across generations, across age group, and everybody is comfortable. Okay, have you seen Android having different releases for different generations? No, but everybody is comfortable and they are using it. So similarly, we also have to design all our services, UI, user experience that we create. That has to be comfortable. I mean, every generation should be comfortable working on it. So that is what we are doing. So we are facilitating customer to buy, to know about insurance, to buy insurance, to get the service from our digital assets, so that it is something that experience is seamless. Secondly, it should be omni-channel. So whether you use you come through portal, you come through mobile app, or you go to our branch. Okay. So in back end, everything should be connected so that there is no gap. Now, I will also say insurance is not only about earning money. There is social obligation also, and I will talk about those customers also, because we have to serve a large mass, which are farmers and rural areas that we serve. So the digital assets are helping in reaching them also. We have released app. It is called Krishak app that we have released for farmers. They can, it is available in multi-language. So in their own language, they can interact with the app. They can get the information about their crop insurance. They can get information about weather, that is that is service has been provided, and they can also get information about other insurance products. We have also provided information, the useful information about farming. So altogether it will be a useful. See, unless you provide something that that is a stickiness that is required with app to customers. So for farmers, that is provided. For other customers, the customer mobile app that we have provided. So some wellness measures and other services, those are there. So that customer is interested. He is getting some more advantage other than just looking at his the policy information. Coming to customer, analytic is a big is a major thing that is helping us to know the customer better. Okay, so we are able to analyze the customer behavior at going up to a micro level, and we are also able to find that whether there are more insurance needs the customer has, and we can approach the customer. Now AI is also has created so much buzz in last few years, right? And I personally believe that AI is going to stay, and it will be a stay for long, and it is going to have a lasting impact. It will, I think, after the internet and the smartphone wave, the kind of impact that created, I think Gen AI has the capability to create that kind of lasting impact. Still, across industries, I think we are still scratching the surface to utilize its potential. So using AI, we are providing services to customers. Like now, for motor claims are very prevalent, right? So now just looking at the photograph and video, now that there is AI which can do the assessment of damage. It can also do the assessment of estimation, that how much cost will be there. And some part we have already automated, and it is totally seamless process without any human intervention. So that is also being implemented. Similarly, in medical claim, when you go to hospital and you go for cashless claim, now usually people suffer. They wait for discharge and to leave the hospital because the claim settlement is pending. Now there we are also exploring the use of AI, so that the entire assessment and settlement that is immediate without manual intervention, and there is no delay, and customer can be relieved immediately. For customer service, the government has also created an ecosystem. There are so many services and public APIs have been created. Something like some service from Vahan portal or National Health Exchange has been introduced. That is going again to be a big game changer. And integrating with all these, the kind of services we are creating, and that is the in future. There are going to be a totally different kind of experience the customers will have.
Earlier, if you were using AI, it was a benefit, but now you're being left behind if you aren't utilizing AI. So absolutely, sir, it's fantastic to hear the plethora of services that you have garnered using AI. Mr. Das, CX operations, especially for BFSI organizations, are complex, especially as they're driven by stringent regulations and rapidly evolving customer expectations. Now, how do you enable banks to raise the bar as far as CX is concerned and turn it into a strategic advantage?
Fantastic. I think again, I like to pick up a very critical, portion that Sir talked about. Right, he talked about the experience of the customer who is at the hospital and he's wanting to, and there's a claim, and his patient needs to be admitted. I think that has a very high impact on the brand, on the services that he's using for, and that is going to create a lasting impact onto that customer. Right, what experience you are delivering to that customer at that point in time is what would matter, to have a very high impact. So see, what we are seeing is a heterogeneous, deployment. We have seen a rapid deployment of multiple CS technologies and CX technologies across, the customer environment. In essence, all of these systems are to be working, as a homogeneous or working as a unit, right? What they are looking to deliver is a coherent, experience for its users, and I think that will become the fulcrum of the entire experience. And therefore, where we come in is we deliver a platform which is able to give all of these multiple technologies that Sir also talked about, multiple channels integrated with multiple applications, and a platform which is able to deliver all of these values and all of these services that you're talking about. You are not repeating a message. For example, you're not repeating a message to your customer. You would want to avoid a customer coming into your platform or to your system and has got dropped. And your system should be able to pick up from where the customer left, right? Otherwise, if he has to repeat what he has said to the customer service representative, for example, it's going to have a very lasting impact, and especially to that example, if he's in the hospital and he has to repeat what he's said, right? So that experience is matter, and therefore we come in as a partner who is able to drive a homogeneous environment, drive this as a unit, and deliver this bundled. And when we're looking at bundling this with the with the contact center, this becomes a 360-degree unit which is able to deliver customer a far better experience. It is going to be something which is going to have a big impact to multiple teams. The marketing team, for example, it'll improve the efficiency, it'll improve the productivity, and so on and so forth. So that is what will create a lot of impact as we see it, and we are heavily investing on our CX offerings, on a customer experience offering, through acquisitions as well, right? So I think that's in essence what we're doing.
It is indeed fantastic to know that, but it is time to wrap up our discussion. Before we do that, I would love to have some quick takeaways from the two of you. So if you could summarize the highlights of this discussion for you.
I would only say that digital is no more a choice. So digital is the way of life. Others are optional.
Yeah.
Okay. And secondly, we have the customer expectations are exponentially increasing. They can't wait on a page even for 5-10 seconds. Okay. So now the performance is the key, the user experience is the key, and we always have to instill confidence among the customers that yes, we have robust information security systems, your information is safe, and you can transact with complete peace of mind.
As an impatient customer, I absolutely agree with that. Sir, your takeaways from the session?
I would say simplification of the experience to the customer, delivering a lot of value for the customer's time, valuing his time, becomes would be the key takeaway for as we see it.
Thank you too so much for your time and your insights, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Tata Communications presents ET Studios Digital Pioneers in association with ET CIO for more such conversations with industry experts.